Here is the AQ-321, a dual display watch. This is the predecessor of the AQ230. According to digitalwatch.com, this watch was released back in 1983, almost 40 years old, although this particular watch might be newer. Too bad that on the internet you cannot find much information in regards to this watch. Only on eBay there's a guy that sells a brand new watch with $300, and another one sells the operation guide with only $15. By the way, the model number is 309. Now this watch looks like a hybrid between the 230 and my 303. The case width is 31mm without pushers, the same as the 303, and the lug-to-lug is 36mm, the smallest from this trio, but the lug width is 18mm, same as the 230. In regards, the thickness is the same for all three of them, 9mm. In regards to the bracelet, I love this stainless steel squared pattern, looks very stylish, although I am willing to choose the golden one, since it is wider. I am also happy that this watch is not used, since the bracelet is in a pretty good condition and the links are not loosened. I've got here 3 types of bracelets. Which one you prefer? The back case is made of stainless steel and closes the case via these 4 metal clips, 2 on each side. The Casio logo is present next to the model number and model name. You know what's interesting? No water resistance, so not even splashes.
Terrific.
We've got here the tools. And we've got here the watch. Next step is to disassemble this watch. So take the bracelet off, then take the back case and the module. Then start to clean a little this bracelet. I do not expect to be that dirty, but yeah, let's see how it is. In the end, you can see here that it has a lot of dirt. It might be that the case is damaged, but we will see. In the end, I will also try to polish a little this display. You can see that it is scratched, very scratched, and also the interior, so the middle of the display has that yellowish color. That can be that it is the display itself or the glass, but I'm afraid it's the display. We've got here this type of spring bars. We can see that hole, which means that the spring bars are to be taken off as on the F91 series, so we would have to push from one side with a needle. Let's see if this will do the job. Perfect. So one is down and one more to go. 2 are down. Perfect. So the bracelet is off. Let's now take this buckle. This is the correct way of doing this. So from this side, otherwise you will end up and damage this bar. Now here we can see a lot of dirt. The back case, it's to be taken. We can see that we have one clip here, another one here. The same we have on the other side. And I am afraid that here you can see that it's almost like a rust. It's the metal, but I am afraid that somebody has tried to open the watch from this side, which is not correct. This is the way of opening the watch through this side. So we lift up here one clip and the other one, and now perfect. The back case is off and we can see the interior. It is pretty well preserved. We can see that it has here a rubber which is very dirty. It is yellowish. I'm not sure. I guess this looks like it was never opened, yet it was, because somebody has replaced the battery. It's working. It's mentioning here Casio Japan. Here would be the AC, the minus to the AC reset. Here we have the push to release the crown, and here is written 6 jewels unadjusted. I'm not sure what this means, but this watch is priceless. Or not, it has some jewels in it. Interesting. We will need to press here to release the crown in order to remove the module from inside. On this watch I was not paying attention, therefore I managed to destroy the crown. First let's okay, one pull. Ooh, it was very easy to extract the crown. And now we are able to remove also the module. Now I'm removing this sealing. It's like plastic. I'm not sure why this stopped. And it seems that seal has kept the module tightened in. Put the back case here, and unfortunately I have untightened this screw and also the one from the battery. It was not needed to do this. Let's put these screws back in. And if I am about to put this one to the battery, I will need to bend it a little towards the battery. I hope that I have bent it enough. Yeah, still is better. Let's AC reset it just to make sure. So AC reset. Yep, I have AC resetted it, and now let's put it aside.
I'd like to see one of those 40 thieves get within an inch of your wedding.
Allow me to introduce...
the king of thieves.
All units, we have a code red. Come on, boys, follow me! Cavalry!
Now everything seems to be cleaned. I have tried to clean also this rubber seal just with the water. It's not quite a rubber seal, it's kind of a plastic, a hardened plastic. And also this case, it is very scratched. You've seen that I have polished it for 2 times. Still the scratches are there and available. What I have managed to do wrongly, you can see that impurities from there and there and there. I have tried to remove them with a toothbrush, partially successful, but yeah, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Yeah, I will just wait to get dry and then assemble it.
Start and assembly this watch. Pretty hard job to do. It's essential to know how to place it. So basically the display is sitting on that rubber bed, the white rubber bed. The crown is placing here. This means here is the crown, and we will just sink the module in gently, not to somehow touch the arrows, not to bend them. Now let's insert the crown. Voila, it works perfectly. And now let's try to see how to place this rubber seal. Let me check again, but yes, from my point of view, it seems that it is placed correctly. It has positioned itself very well. And now let's close the case with this back case. This would be 12 o'clock, and 12 o'clock means the Casio logo on top. Perfect, good. So the watch is working, the watch is clean. Date, alarm, dual time, chronograph, and time again. So this is a GMT watch, and this crown is only for adjusting the analog time.
if you are about to compare it with this one, it has to be around here. Let me now present you a little how this module works. I haven't read the user guide, but in the end it is easy to adjust. So we have this crown. This crown is needed to adjust the analog watch. So one pull out, and we can see that the second hand has stopped, and now we will proceed, and it is 8:45 at this point, and the analog time is adjusted. Now let's move to the digital display. So we have the timekeeping mode. In the timekeeping mode we have the digital time running. We can see that we have timekeeping mode. Next mode would be the date. The third mode would be the alarm. The fourth, dual time, chronograph, and again time. In order to adjust the digital time, we need to long press the left pusher, and now the second will start to blink. One press will put it to 0. One press of the left pusher will get you to the hours. Now we will, it's 8 o'clock p.m. One push left pusher to adjust the minutes, so it's 8. So with the right pusher we make the adjustments, so it's 8:46 now. Another push will get you to 12 or 24 hours format. I will leave it 24. And another left push will set up the time, or will save your adjustments. Now we have pressed mode. We switched to the date. Long press of left pusher will trigger date adjustment, so it's the second month, February. And another left press, it saves what we have adjusted. This is the alarm, so 3-time pressing mode will get you to the alarm. Again, long press the right pusher will trigger the alarm adjustment. Yeah, I will just show you how it works. So now we adjust the minutes, and now we adjust the signals and the alarm signal and the hourly chimes. So this is for alarm, and this is for hourly chimes, and this is both, and this is nothing. Again, one press will exit the alarm setup. This is dual time. Again, in order to adjust, it's the same procedure. This is chronograph. One press will trigger, another press will stop, and long press of the left pusher will reset it to 0. And again, timekeeping mode. I hope I was clear enough. It is the same as the AQ230, except the fact that the analog time is easier to adjust. So long press, instead of the crown, long press of this pusher will move the arrows, and these two pushers are related for the digital time. And we can see that on the AQ230, so the latest model from this series does not have the second hand, and also the older series does not have the water resist. Pretty interesting. Now let's place it on the wrist. I will put it on my right one because a little bit too much, but yet it's good. It's a lovely strap. I like this bracelet. The strap is beautiful. It's perfect. It shines very well. It looks pretty good. If you keep a correct distance from the watch, you do not see that it is old, that it is, well, we cannot say damaged because everything works perfectly on it. Yes, look at this lovely bracelet. It is very beautiful. I like it. I like the watch. It's strange. I was not expecting to like this watch. Let me know your opinion in the comment section. And yeah, I hope I could give you some information in regards to this watch. I will also leave the user guide at the end of the video. I have requested it from Casio, written them an email, and Casio Germany has provided me the user guide. This is a very old watch and it is preserved in a pretty good condition. I have paid 12 euros for it and I am satisfied. I barely see myself wearing this watch, but I will definitely use it for a couple of times just to feel it, just to find out how it feels on the hand. What's your opinion in regards to this? Which one you prefer from the three of them?